Beautiful, great one, I lift my hands to you. I lift my hands to you. Beautiful, great one, I lift my hands to you. I lift my hands to you.
OCO, OCO, and good evening, everyone. I am tired as usual, and yeah, I'm always hurting, but what else is new there? And tomorrow I'm supposed to be going to the doctor, clinic, but I just don't know if I just feel up to it or not, the way it's been going here lately. But with all that, life is still good. Yeah, it always is. Even with all the crap and all this other junk that goes on around us. Hey, OCO, bro. Hey, Danny. Always good to see you, bro. Always good to see you. Yeah, I had been just sitting around over here and ain't nothing. Well, really, ain't never really anything worth watching on television anymore. Always a bunch of junk, stuff that no one really cares about, really. And yeah, so I thought, well, you know, I'll just get on here and talk just a little bit. I don't want to try to stay on too long in case I decide in case I decide I'm going to force myself to go to the doctor. It's more like a checkup, really. And the way I've been feeling, and you get the same old crap from the doctors. I mean, you already told them, went over everything with them, and all they do is they prescribe you stuff that you've already been taking, and it ain't helping. So you just what else is new? So I mean, we got all kinds of stuff going on these days, but hey, you know what I mean? It can be tough, but hey, they say, when life is tough, the tough get going. Ain't that right? Yeah, that let's see if I can get that. Hold on just a second. I want to be sure I get that in there. And there we go. There's that link. In case anyone wants to pop up on a panel if they want to. There's the link if they want to. But anyway, just here to chit chat, find out what's going on with everybody and share a little bit and talk a little bit and all that kind of. Come on, bro. Come on. Yeah, that. I'll tell you right now, I've been having problems with my chickens. Oh, yeah. They have their pecking order, and one of the buff Orpingtons, they're still young, and that big rooster Wendigo, he's been picking on that one, and it's hurt. It's been limping. It's got some sores and stuff on it, so I had to spray that blue antiseptic stuff on it and put her in a cage by herself until she gets to doing a little better. There's a little junk pile back yonder, and he chased her off back in there, and we figured that's how she got hurt. And then the other chicken's been pecking at her. So and that rooster wants to fight. I've been I threaten him, to turn him into dog food. you know, I I couldn't do that to an animal. I might get upset with it, but I just couldn't do. I just couldn't do it. Yeah, I get mad at him, and then sometimes he wants to sneak up on me from behind and jump me from behind. It's a good thing I got my cane with me because I can't do much else, and I have to swing that thing back. I get it. Oh, this is my cane. That's bone right here. My brother made this, and that's bone. He inlaid that. He makes them and sells them, but it always takes him a while to do it because he does it by hand. But this thing here made out of oak. And I tell you what, this ain't sturdy. He can make it out of cedar, but those I would. I hear you, bro. I know what that's like. When you're trying to come up on there, Um, but one thing, if anyone has my brother to make a cane for him, I'll tell you this: do not recommend cedar unless you're just going to use it for, you know, hang up on your wall or something, as a decor. Because I'll tell you right now, that cedar, it might help you a little bit on your walking and all that kind of stuff, but they don't last long because they're not strong. It's light; it'll break. Uh, this here is Hebrew for the name of God. It's Yahweh. So I thought he did that. But he's really cool. He can do all kinds of things with the canes and stuff. Hey there. Okay, we got you up here, bro.
Greetings from South Carolina.
Greetings there, bro.
Forgive me for having the camera turned off. I'm doing something I don't want on camera. So there you go.
I
At
hear
least
you.
I'm honest about it.
I tend to do the same. I think we all do when we're going live, I don't think I've known one who really hasn't. So
It gave me a nightmare trying to get on because I forgot earlier today. I downloaded all the videos out of this phone and I reset the phone to factory data and I didn't put no information back in it. So I had to go get passwords and codes and all that crap to go on a stream.
Oh yeah, I hear you, bro. I hear you.
And once in a while, these phones get real slow and you just got to reset the damn things.
Yeah, I've been having problems with mine, even though I can have it charged up. All right, it's completely charged. I turn it off, unplug it because it's fully charged. So like next day, I'd go to turn it on. It shows it is completely charged. And next thing you know, I'm not kidding. That thing ain't even been on not even a minute, not even that long. And the thing just goes, turn around. I try to get the thing turned back on. I have trouble with it. When I do, shows that the battery is about gone.
That happens to me about every month or two. About every 60 days, this phone I'm on does that. So I have to go in and reset it to factory data settings and put everything back in it. Make sure you write your phone numbers down on a piece of paper.
Yeah, I would do that, but I got other stuff on there that,
I have to put in, whenever I do it, I have to go back through and put in PayPal account information. I have to put in every YouTube channel information. It takes 20 minutes to put all the crap back in it and put channels back on
it. Yeah, I hear you, bro.
But it works 100 times better. I can plug it in and charge it up. And tomorrow night at this time, using it constantly, it'll still have 25% on it after I reset it.
I've been using that to upload videos and stuff, right? And I got a lot of videos on there I gotta get off of it. that might
I
help.
did too. I had 3 or 4. I did them all at one time today. Fuck it. I just unloaded them and reset it.
I got, because see, I use KineMaster for my editor, and there's probably, maybe not this many, but somewhere close to about 15, 20 videos on there that I've already had uploaded, but I've been procrastinating and I hadn't got them off yet, and I need to get them off, and that'll probably help a little bit. And I got a lot of photos on there. I really need to go through that and narrow it down.
Yeah, the more stuff you keep on a phone, the harder it gets to work. Sometimes
Yeah,
I get behind. I'll have like 25 videos on a phone, and until I get
yeah,
them videos downloaded, the phone acts stupid.
yeah. I think that might be what's going on with mine right
They only
now.
got so much memory on them. You start getting that little thing come up on your phone that says your memory's getting low. You better
Yeah.
start doing something. Or if you ever go over that limit, your phone will be screwed. I know from experience.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm telling you. Uh, that's like on my one tablet. I don't use it much anymore. I hate messing with the editor on there because it's the same editor that it's on my phone, KineMaster. But for some dang reason, that thing is just slow.
I feel you
And
on that one, brother.
I don't have the patience. Some people think, well, you're old, ain't you? You should have patience. Like, are you kidding?
Hey, tell me something real quick. You watched that
Oh,
you watched my show
Standing
from Saturday
Bear.
night, right? You
Huh?
watched my show from Saturday night, right?
Yeah, I didn't get to watch all. I watched half of it.
What'd you think about the old Bigfoot documentary? Have you ever seen that before?
I haven't seen it before, but I was sitting there watching that. I thought, man, this is cool. It was really good. That was really good, bro.
That's why I picked that out, because so many people, especially the younger ones, had never seen that. 85% of the people that watched it sent me emails and stuff saying, "Hey, man, I never seen that before."
Uh, they haven't seen that one.
Well, a bunch of people hadn't seen it, so I was really happy with that.
Because that was what, back in the 70s?
Back in '72.
Yeah, I thought, looking at, the movie there, it looked old, and it made me think of 70s. It had that feel to it.
My mom and dad took me to see that movie when I was 7 years old.
Wow.
I remember
Now
it
I
kind of messed with me
remember.
when I seen it. I was going through and I saw it and I watched it and I was like, God, I wouldn't see this shit when I was in the theater when I was a kid and forgot all about it.
Well, I remember now the one. You have to correct me on the name of it. I could never get the name right on it. It was about the Falk monster.
That's The Legend of Boggy Creek.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Now
That one.
that's an awesome movie. I'm gonna try to play that one night and probably get a copyright claim on it, but what the hell?
I mean, it's just a claim, bro. I mean, it's not a strike. So.
Man, if I had $1 for every copyright claims I got, I could buy me a new Porsche tomorrow. On Daily Dance, the good stuff, almost every video I put up gets a copyright claim on it.
Holy cow.
Yeah, as long as it ain't a strike, I don't care. I don't care who gets that 15 cents.
I hear you. Hey,
As long as they don't
Standing
take my
Bear.
video down, I don't care.
Hey, Standing Bear, if you want to come up, bro, you can if you're able, or you're feeling up to it. If you can't and are not feeling up to it, that's okay, bro. That man, I tell you one thing, man, I've been having a real difficult. Oh, Country Boy said he got that movie. The Legend of Boggy Creek. Is that the one you're talking about,
Well, I
bro?
just got, as a matter of fact, I had it on DVD, but I gave it to a friend of mine when he came out to visit me from Utah.
Wow.
Kind of a
I tell you,
souvenir for his visit.
yeah, I was, I have that Amazon Prime, right? And I thought I saw on there. I'll have to check it again on the Legend of Boggy Creek. I'll have to check to see if it's up and available, or do I have to buy it or
You
rent
just
it?
pull it up and watch it on YouTube.
Though they got it on here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, cool.
Matter of
Yeah,
fact, I pulled some scenes from a copy of it on YouTube and put on my Sasquatch Saturday stuff one day. I'll tell you
okay.
what, not this week, but next week after, I'll try to
Yeah.
show that just for you.
Oh, awesome, bro. I like that one.
I would
That
do it
was
this
good.
week, but I done been telling people I'm showing the original Chariots of the Gods.
Yeah, that
I'm
was a
gonna show
good
that.
one. I saw that one.
Yeah,
I
I'm gonna
saw
show.
that one.
I hadn't seen it in about, I don't know, 20, 25 years, and I found
Yeah,
a good
I
copy
saw it.
of it.
Yeah, I
And
saw
it's
it at
on
the
a channel
theater.
that only got 200 subscribers, so it probably hadn't got a copyright on it.
Yeah, Standing Bear said he got that Legend of Boggy Creek. He's got that movie.
You know, I quit buying so many movies when I found out that 90% of what I would buy, I could just pull up on my phone and put it on the TV and watch it.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, with in the modern day of Netflix and all these other little outlets where you can buy a movie or rent one, you don't really need to go
Yeah.
buy a bunch of stuff at the store because you can watch it digitally.
Oh wow.
Which is really sad for commercialism in America.
Oh yeah, it is. You know that like on Amazon Prime, you get a lot of cool movies on there. They run them for so many days or months or whatever, and then finally they'll stop the free thing on it, and then you have to buy or rent it. But most, not all, but most of the movies that they show on there, they may have it's free with the ads. And there's one thing that they have on the Fire TV, that freebie thing. You can watch any movie on old movies on there free, but they got ads. And I'm gonna tell you, they'll run 5 at max, but they'll like 3 or 2 here and there in the movie, and then they'll hit 5, and they're like, they seem like the longest dang ads. You're like, oh come on, get off with it.
Yeah, that's the one thing I hate about it is that so many, they throw more commercials in there than Fox.
Yeah, and the one thing I like about a DVR is that you can record it, right? You can record a movie, and and you got all them ads in there advertising commercials. Well, you can just speed through it.
Actually, it's funny you should say that because I do not watch live TV. I never do. Anything I'm going to watch on TV, the news or whatever, I set the
Right.
DVR to record it, and I usually watch TV from the time I get up in the morning till I go outside to smoke after breakfast and drink my
Right.
coffee. I drank coffee I drank 2 cups of coffee. Well, really, honestly,
Wow.
the first thing I do when I get up is upload a couple of videos while I drink a cup of coffee and smoke my morning cigar. And then
Yep.
I'll go in the house and get on the TV, and I'll be on that TV till well after breakfast when I go back outside. For about 3 or 4 hours, I'm watching my shows, whatever I recorded.
Right.
Like in the morning when I get up, right after I
Yep.
load up some videos, I'll go in the house and I'll pull up that wrestling that was on tonight, that 3 hours of Monday Night Raw. And after I fast forward all the bullshit and all the commercials out of it, that 3 hours of wrestling lasts about 35 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, you get 35 minutes of actual real good wrestling. The rest of it's all crap.
Yeah, and that's like they had them what was it, TBS, I believe it was. They was showing or something. I can't remember the station, but they were showing the Rocky series 1 through 5.
Yeah, that's like 6 or 7 different stations.
And I recorded a few of my favorite ones on there, and
which one's your favorite one?
Well, I would say the second one, the 4th one, and the 5th one.
Do you know my favorite, beyond a shadow of a doubt, would be the one with Hulk Hogan in it, right?
That would be
Rocky 2
Isn't that
with
the fourth
Mr.
one?
T and Hulk Hogan.
Oh, that would be the third one.
Oh, the
If
second one.
I'm, you
Second one,
sure?
Glover Lane.
No. Because
Third one, he fought that Russian.
okay, all right. The second one
He
was
fought
when
Mr.
he
T.
fought Apollo
And in the
Creed,
first one, he fought Apollo Crews.
and he lost. And then the second one, he fought Apollo Creed again, and he won. The
Yeah, but
third
that was in
one,
the first 5 minutes of the movie. And then he
on
went
the
on to fight Mr. T, who messed him up, and Hulk Hogan, who messed him up.
tell you what, I'll make a deal with you. All right. Here's what. All right. You figure out the deal here, and whoever's right on it, well, they have, and whoever's wrong, well, loses. They gotta comply.
Okay. So if
Like
it's
in my
about
case,
Rocky, let me
if
say this
I'm
first.
wrong,
My disclaimer. If it's about Rocky, you might know better than me. I have not sat through that nightmare for 30 years.
uh, with me, it wasn't about the boxing. The reason why I like watching it, but watching the whole series, but not in one go. But I guess you would say it makes you think about what it's like, when you used to, like for me, thinking back when I was young, having strength and used to things you used to do, and all that. Well, when I see that movie, I kind of think on those lines when I'm watching and thinking about that, and then how that when you're getting old.
I can probably name 10 Sylvester Stallone movies that I probably liked better than anything to do with a Rocky.
Hey, Ocio lurds, Ocio, Matt.
To me, I like the movies, the Rambo series he did, and First
Oh,
Blood, that
yeah,
series of movies. I even thought Stop or My Mama Shoot You was a better movie than Rocky.
oh yeah, oh
And
yeah.
Cobra, one of the best movies he made, I really like,
Oh,
is one
that was
called
a good
Cobra.
one. Now, Cobra was a very good one that he did. He did a real good one on that.
Did you ever see the one he made with Burt Reynolds and Clint Eastwood?
Let me think.
I can't remember the name of it. City Heat.
Oh,
Many years ago.
I think I did. That sounds familiar.
He pulls his gun out, and Clint Eastwood reaches down and pulls out one 4 times bigger, and Stallone looks at him and says, "Yours always has to be bigger, don't it?"
Oh yeah. Okay, now I remember. Okay, all right. I remember they did one when they had that with Kurt Russell.
And that's the one with Tango and Cash where they break out of jail.
Yeah, that
Now
was
you
a
got to
pretty good.
remember, I do a channel called Daily Dance to Good Stuff where I don't do nothing but TVs and movies and music, and I
Yeah,
know a lot about this stuff.
I love that old stuff, man. I mean, I see where they try to do remakes on some of these old movies. All right, some of them
Not all the
are
remakes
okay.
suck. Come on now, some of them are okay.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. They're okay, but man, you can't beat the classic.
Yes, I have to disagree with you on that one. You can beat the classic.
Which
Okay, I'll
one?
give you a good example. They come
Okay,
out with
which
a
one?
movie called A Thing from Outer Space back in
Yeah.
the day. Remember
Well,
that one?
yeah. Now
Had the
that
guy
one,
from
yeah. Of
Gunsmoke
course,
in it, and it was about
a
what?
carrot type
The big
thing.
walking carrot. Yeah. Now, when John Carpenter remade The Thing, do you remember with Kurt Russell?
Yeah, I
Now
remember
he
that one.
remade that movie so much better.
Oh, see, now that was the first movie I ever saw, was the one with Kurt Russell. Then I seen the original not wasn't long after. Now that one I sit there, and I'm like, oh come on, man.
No, but it was great though. It was Howard Hawks, 1950s.
Yeah.
I seen it when I was a kid. I seen that movie in 1970s.
Oh
They used
yeah.
to have a thing called Shock Theater that come on every Sunday afternoon at 3 o'clock. And
Oh yeah.
my stepdad would sit down every Sunday afternoon for 2 hours and watch the Shock Theater movie, where they showed this old classic 50s horror movie every week.
Oh yeah.
And to me, that was one of the greatest shows that ever existed. It's what got me into horror movies really big time.
Well, the movie, the day the Earth stood still. You remember
Yeah, well,
that
the
one?
remake of that one kind of
The
sucked.
original.
The original's far
Well,
better
I
than the
actually
remake.
liked it. I liked it. You know, I liked it, but I seen where they could have improved that a lot better. But it was
Yeah.
I think they should have had in doing the remake. They should have kind of stuck with the original
I
storyline.
know. They added that big old bubble orb and that eating
Yeah,
everybody
that
virus
was
black shit,
what
and
threw me.
that just ruined the movie.
I like the special effects in it. That's
Well, the
the
problem is the name of the movie is The Day the Earth Stood Still,
right.
not the day the Earth got ate by some black shit.
Yeah, and you know I like Keanu Reeves' role that he played, but they should have named that movie something else.
Oh,
Really,
let's go back to ones that
I
actually
mean,
were good
they should have
remakes.
said,
I got a good remake for you.
yeah,
The Blob.
which one?
The original Blob had Steve McQueen. It come out in the 1950s. It was
Yeah,
great. Even though
yeah,
Steve McQueen looked
I
like he
remember
was
that.
40 years old playing a teenager, that was the only problem I
Yeah,
had with that movie was how old Steve McQueen looked playing that 18-year-old because he had to be 30
yeah.
years old. But the remake of the Blob was 100 times better. It really was.
Wow, yeah, it was. I mean, that
Yeah,
one
it
was
was
a really good one.
classically good.
Yeah,
And it's one of them movies that they remade and they did a good job.
yeah,
Invaders from Mars, the remake of it is wonderful. You know,
oh,
you've seen the original 50 was one, and they
yeah,
remade
I
it. And when
think,
they remade it in the 80s, I thought it was probably 10 times better than the original.
oh yeah, yeah, it was. That one, it was. Now I don't know if anyone agrees with me on this one, but I think the best remake, you know, uh, figuring, up to date with special effects and everything, was the Lost in Space.
Oh, yeah, they did a real good job on it. They got a series out now on that, on
They
Netflix or
do?
something. I hadn't seen it, but
Dang.
I've heard about it. It's like either 14 or 18 episodes of Lost in Space. And it's like a
Uh,
TV series on Netflix, but I haven't
yeah,
seen it, so I can't really say nothing
they
about it.
on Amazon Prime. It hasn't come out yet, but I think it's supposed to come out later this month or next month. It's based on the Tolkien's books, The Lord of the Rings. It's the Rings of Power.
I heard
It's
something about that too, but like I said, I don't really watch that much on Amazon Prime or Netflix.
Yeah, I wish they would put that. Actually, had went and put it on at the theaters. You know, I really
Yeah.
do. I mean, from what I have seen on the trailers, now trailers sometimes can make things look real good, and then when you're watching them, actual watching it, it's like,
Yeah.
oh
I
man,
don't
this
go to theaters no more.
No, I don't. I couldn't abide it. I remember going to theaters.
The last time I went to a theater was when Titanic come out back in 90 something. I went with my girl to sit through 3 hours of that torture, and I said right then, that's the last fucking movie I'm ever going to sit through.
Well, not to mention it, the fact that
And
you
I've
got
only sat through maybe one since in a theater.
then when you're trying to watch it, I remember those days. And you're sitting there trying to watch the movie. Some kids in the back or someone's over talking way too loud and laughing and carrying on, or they're kicking the back of your seat or they're throwing popcorn. And I remember there was ones. It
Boy,
was that Rocky Horror Picture Show.
well, they're supposed to do that at
Went
Rocky Horror.
to go see it. Yeah, I know. But what
You're supposed
happened
to
there
raise
was
hell at them
there
shows.
was some that were getting. There was some of them in there behind me that was getting really obnoxious to others in there, and they made a mistake and got one big guy real mad, and he
Boy, it must be rough down there in Arkansas.
He was gonna
Because
kill
here
him.
in South Carolina, you don't got to worry about that because they got these two guys with flashlights standing by the door called theater cops, and they'll come throw you the fuck out for doing anything stupid.
Well, that was a problem that night.
Ushers, they call them
The
ushers.
the security that they had there that night, I'm gonna tell you, they could not hold that big fella back, and they had a hard time, and they had to call in some backup and stuff, and everybody ended up having to vacate the theater.
Now that the world's gone crazy, if you go to the
Yeah,
theater, my son and his girl went to the theater a couple of weeks ago and saw a movie, and they come back telling me that in the theater they actually have cops with guns and tasers by the door now in the theater.
dang, bro.
If you go see a movie now, you don't got to worry about nobody fucking up because police is in there with you.
Did you see that new flashlight they've been advertising? That thing is real powerful and then also can catch things on fire.
Is that the one they run over with a truck to show how good it is and
Yeah,
how
that's
tough?
one of them. Yeah, and this thing can catch stuff on fire. I mean, you can use it to start fires and stuff like that with it, in
Yeah, that sounds
emergencies.
like a real good idea.
But you know what would be make that thing cool even more is you get into it with some thugs, you could blind them guys permanently with something like
Oh
that.
man, don't even give people ideas, man.
Man, because I'll tell you one thing,
You just give 500 nuts ideas.
well, they get enough of that when they're sitting there watching the movies or going to TikTok and listening to those nutcases on there.
Hey, did you see? Hey, did you see where that meteor crashed down in Utah this week?
No, I didn't know nothing about that.
Yeah, this meteor blew up over Utah, rattled windows, caused a sonic boom, and they're looking for pieces of it on the ground now.
Dang. Imagine them people out there, if they get a piece of that, they could probably take it and sell it and
Well,
make
that's why they're
money
looking
off
for
it.
it because the geology people, the National Foundation for Geology and Science Research, are
Yeah.
offering big monies for pieces of it.
Wow. Yeah, dang, that's I think it's awesome, and and just hope nobody got hurt.
I don't think nobody got hurt, but if it had came down solid and hit in a populated area, it could have done some major damage. We had a meteor shower this week, and they're saying it was probably part of that got a little too close.
Oh man, I always miss out on the good stuff. It seems
Oh, I
like.
couldn't watch it neither. We had cloud cover all weekend while the meteor shower was going on. I had to
Yeah,
watch it on the damn news.
we've been having off and on around out here for the past few days rain. And at night, it's been getting real cool, around like 67, 68, degrees.
Yeah, we
Pretty
hitting like
nice.
70 here tonight, and that's pretty damn nice.
Yeah, and right now tonight, I think if I'm right, they're supposed to be getting around like 78 or 75 degrees. But I'll tell you
Hold
what,
on, let
though,
me check. Let me check real quick. I'm
okay.
at 72. I'm at 72 right now.
Let's see. Let me see what this says here. Oh, okay. Tonight, supposedly it's supposed to be 79 tonight, and right now, where I'm at, it says that the current temperature is 88 degrees.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
that's fucking
Oh,
sweltering.
oh, now they changed it. They flipped it around on me. Okay, it says 83.
That starts to get a little comfortable when it gets 83 and 82.
But man, I tell you, I mean, the temperatures are going crazy. I'm just glad I don't live out west.
Yippee ki!
Because I
I
tell you
want to be a
what,
cowboy.
the temperatures, man. I tell you what, I
Yeah, but
wouldn't
they
want to
say
be.
that they say it could be 118 in Arizona, and because it's a dry heat, it don't feel
Yeah,
as hot and sticky as it does out here at 90. You know, when I was out
yeah.
west, I didn't feel that. I just felt heat.
Yeah, that there was one year, um, I think it was 2003. Me and my brother, we had ended up in Texas, around close to Brownsville,
Oh God.
and it was right, man. I'll tell you what. Now this was in April, and right around at the end, we was in the middle of April. When we got to the end of April, there in Bangs, Texas, which is close to Brownsville. Okay, we was helping these one families out there in the field planting watermelon seeds. And I'm gonna tell you, man, you sitting there talking about hot, man. I tell you what, if you would have got a black skillet, just grease it with a little bit of oil and threw some popcorn seeds in there, I tell you what, you'd have had popcorn.
You know, the whole time I went to California and Washington and Wyoming and Arizona, New Mexico, and the whole time I was out there was all in the winter months. I was never there
Hey,
in the middle of summer.
Ocho, Billy, Hot Paranormal, Ocio, son,
Hey,
how you
Billy, what's up, buddy?
doing? Yeah, bro, how you doing? How you doing? All right. Yeah, it's the Hawk Man.
Yeah, I always watch his videos too.
I've been missing a lot of people's videos, and I try to catch up when I can. I get,
I watch
you know,
everybody's videos.
I wish I could. I get to hurting so bad. Hey, Hawk, Billy, you want to come on up here? You can. Cause I see, I sit there and see their thumbnails every now and then, announcing their premiere and stuff, and I want to, I'll hit the notice thing, and I want to get on there, and I got some other crap going on and stuff, or I'm hurting real bad, or one thing or another, and I just don't get to, and usually when I do, it's late, and I don't get to watch it all, so I try to get back, and I'll watch a little bit more.
Well, I have to do that
And
I have to do that same thing on people's long ass videos when they put out a fucking movie. I got this one friend named Connor. His videos
yeah,
were like an hour and a half long, and I'll have to
yeah.
watch them in 20-minute segments. I'll watch 20 minutes of it, go do some shit, come back and watch another one.
Well, oh yeah. I tell you, man. I tell you what. It's embarrassing for me, and yeah, it was someone even has a relatively short video. When I say short, like it could be 30 minutes, 20 minutes long, and that's not a problem for me normally to do that. I mean, even on TV, if I'm watching TV, I can't focus on watching it very long because I get to hurting real bad. That's like I'm hurting real bad right now, but I'm bored as all heck, and I thought I'd get on here and do a little talking. Maybe people I know and stuff who are my family and friends will, if they come up, they can talk.
I was watching some goofy bastard talk about wrestling, and I was thinking to myself, God, this is killing me. And then I saw you pop on, so I took the first chance. I said, let me get the hell over and talk to somebody real. Goofy bastards are driving me crazy over there.
Oh yeah, I hear you, man. And and it's like, all right, you hear a lot of stuff on the news. Naturally, you hear a lot of stuff. Depending on your sources that you're watching, I mean, you check to see what the nuts are saying or which ones has got something worth saying, if it's true or not. So you check them out. And I'll tell you what, now there is conspiracy theories that are up and up, and then you got the nuts, right? And I'll tell you what, bro, I've seen so many idiots, talking about that they were like someone already was in there talking about like tomorrow we're going to be in a fight with China. Well, I don't doubt that we will eventually at some point.
We're not going
But
to get in a fight with China. Good God, man, this is so stupid. You know that it would destroy China to go to war with the United States. Do you know did you know that
I
almost
agree.
50% of their economy is based on us? You
Well,
can't go
I
to the store in
agree.
the United States
I
without buying some shit made in China, shirts and
that,
hats
that,
and
that,
TVs
that,
and every
that's
damn
why
thing else.
that's
And,
why
and
I
if,
love that's why I love having you on, because when we have a disagreement, we listen to each other, and and I
well,
love
it's
every
plain
bit
and
of it.
simple economics, dude. Trump
Yeah.
put
Well, you're
tariffs.
right. You're right.
Listen to this. I know what I'm talking about. Listen, remember when Trump put the tariffs on China and was charging them to ship stuff in here to sell? Their
Yeah.
economy lost 25% of its value based on what Trump did that little bit. Do you know what would happen if we had any kind of conflict with China and we cut them off? They'd be starving in the streets in a month.
Well, yeah.
Their
Oh,
whole economy is based on making crap for stupid Americans to buy.
yeah, and that's about it, right? Crap. Hey, look, Hawk City's got a premiere tomorrow.
Uh-oh, that
Awesome,
sounds like
bro.
it'll be fun.
Yeah, I gotta try to catch it, and if I don't catch it right then, I promise, son, that I'll get to it. Uh, but yeah, that's cool, bro. Yeah, that with on China. Well, like you said, that's true. But I mean, look at everything's going on. I mean, it's all crazy, insane. And then you got the yokesters out there. That makes it worse. But on top of all that, see, you got Russia. All right, China's wanting to be comrades with
Russia ain't no
Russia.
threat to us. They can't even whoop the Ukraine's ass, and they a little nothing country.
Well,
You know what Russia has for military? A bunch of outdated World War II junk. Russia don't want none of the
um,
United States neither.
well,
Jesus Christ.
well, that I will have to disagree with you a little bit. You're partly right on that, but they got other stuff on there.
I'm
They
talking
haven't
about
used,
their land and ground forces.
yeah. See, they haven't used the big guns yet, and
They're
you
not
have
going to
to,
use the big guns because then
because
NATO's going to use the big guns on them when they start committing all
I
them
don't
humanitarian crimes.
because I don't care about Russia's government. I like the people there, but not the government. And the problem is that Rasputin over there, he wants to relive the glory days of the KGB and all that other.
He's going to get the glory days. One of his own people's going to assassinate his ass.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's afraid of that. I mean,
I
look
bet
at the
he is.
bodyguards and stuff he's got to have, and all that, that surrounded him, and armored vehicles and stuff. I'm surprised the guy even gets any sleep. The way I understood, now I'm not joking. Now they actually have, when he goes different countries or wherever, they actually have a guy. I don't know what that position is called, but when Rasputin has to go Putin in the old latrine, well, they have a guy go in there to, they don't flush the toilet. They go in there and bag up his poop because they don't want nobody checking anything out on Rasputin.
Yep.
I tell someone stuck a gun to my head and told me I was going to do that for some official. I said, go ahead and shoot. I said, you'd be doing me a favor.
Wow. But
tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Y'all's time there in North Carolina. 7:30 when Billy is going to have his premiere. Awesome. And I tell any people that's catching on
I'm
here,
glad he's doing it. I'm
go.
glad he's doing it early because at 9 o'clock I
Yeah,
always try to catch Mowgli on Monsters live stream. He's been
yeah.
having a lot of stuff
I
going
tell
on over there.
I'll tell anybody, that's just watching for the first time, just passing through. I tell them, go check out Hot Paranormal. ESTNC. Go check them out. You got a premiere tomorrow night. Here we are on Monday night. He got it Tuesday night on the 16th at 7:30 p.m. Go check it out.
We're all
He,
looking forward to that one, I'm sure.
yeah, I know one thing, Billy and him, they always have some good stuff going on.
Oh, I love their stuff. His wife's got a real good Bigfoot channel. She does some Bigfoot stuff.
Standing Bear said, I've been hearing that weird sounds again, fairly close to my house again for a few nights. Here sounds like a mixture between a howl and a scream. You know, now I may be wrong on this, or I might be partly right. Now, see, now what he was talking about makes me think, now it could be a Bigfoot or it could be a dog man. But there is something I found out is to be real true back during Vietnam. The government had experiment with a secret weapon, right? And from all the descriptions from one soldier that had been there and seen it, and was there when they opened up from this cubicle like a cage one night on let loose on the VC that was just coming up on their the little fort that they had encampment there. Um, they released it, and what they could see of it, it looked. I think what they said was about 8 to 9 feet tall. Had real long arms, had hair all over. It said it had a muzzle on it like a dog. And then the howling and screaming that thing can make, and it scared them half to death. And the fence that was around was like 12 foot, and that thing jumped over it like it was nothing, and it went over, and it had a collar on it. And when it got done out there ripping those men apart, the VC apart, they signaled something that's on that collar because red lights started lighting up on it. And the thing went right back, jumped back over the fence, went right back into the cubicle, and they shut it. And it wasn't maybe 20, 30 minutes later, the choppers came in to take it out. But when they said the next morning, when they went out to look at for the enemy, all they found were bits and pieces of them. So, I kind of think a lot of the dogmen appearances is something that, from the sounds of it, I could be wrong, but that it's something that the government had been doing because they've been messing with DNA splicing and all this kind of stuff.
You might be onto something there, dude.
Because there
If I got
hasn't
this
really
phone,
been
if I got the phone
reported
muted, don't pay me no attention because I got some dogs barking in the background.
Well, the thing is there always been reports of Bigfoot all through history, but of a dog man, there hasn't until modern days, until,
Now, you really believe that? Do you really believe that? Because if you look back on the walls of Egyptian monuments and Egyptian tombs, right there in front of everybody is this great big dog man, dog-headed guy. So there's a good
well, they have,
possibility that dog man goes back in history.
well, my belief on that, and then that's my belief, okay, is that has to do with the, all right, remember now, fallen angels, modern man would look back on something on that, they would see it with fallen angels as aliens. I mean, that's basically what to say, but they have technology. And they were doing gene splicing, the fallen angels. Now, I'm talking about humans doing gene splicing, but they were doing it. They did have that crap and stuff going on back in the day of, the ancient Egyptians and such.
Back in the day, they had a legend of a werewolf. And a lot of people think that the werewolf legend was based on was actually the beginning of a dog man legend because they were seeing the dog man, but
Yeah.
mistaking it for werewolves. That's where the
Well,
whole
yeah.
werewolf legend came from. You got to remember, there's a story from Greek mythology about them two brothers that got into a fight, Linos and Linos, and one of the gods turned one of them into a wolf, and that was the first so-called werewolf. But
Well,
really, he was like a dog-headed man.
if you remember in history, okay, now if you will remember, all right, with the Native Americans. All right, now some people, from Native Americans legends and stories. All right, people took some of it and borrowed the stories, but the thing was that Native Americans believed that the uh, shamans, what some later would call skinwalkers, uh, they could change, into, of course, it could be any animal. It could be a wolf, a bear, a coyote, even birds, owls,
And the name
roadhog.
The Apaches had a special name for that creature,
Yeah,
and they called it a Diablero. And this
yeah,
Diablero was a giant-sized Native American Indian, and this Diablero could change into any animal at will.
yeah, yeah. Well, you still got all right. Uh, like let's see, what was it that the over there in the Four Corners area? I know there's other areas too, but where they talked about that there were portals and these things were coming out of them. Some of them were things that uh, really is kind of beyond description. But we would just soon just say they were either things that were like something akin to a Bigfoot. There are even things that look like dinosaurs, and just things that were, well, a mixture of different animals.
Well, with me, the jury's still out on that portal stuff, so I don't like to even go there. You know,
Well,
that's a little on the realms of science fiction in some cases.
well, uh, again, this is, my view. Uh, yeah, just like Country Boy says right
But
here.
I got a real good reference for you. And I'm not sure what tribe it was. It was Onex or one of the tribes up north near New York back in the old days. And
Right.
this tribe had protector shaman, and these protector shaman could change into these large, but they wasn't actual wolves. They were part human and part wolf, and they would change into these creatures to protect the tribe in times of that the tribe was in danger from other tribes and whatever. And they took this legend and incorporated it into movies. And the movie franchise is called Twilight, about these battling vampires, but these Indians who can transform into wolves to fight the vampires. And that is
Well,
actually from a Native American legend about these shaman who could transform into these wolf creatures and protect the tribe.
now, Standing Bear said just a minute ago, he said, whatever it is, talking about the screaming sounds outside. He said, whatever it is definitely stopped the coyotes. He said he hadn't heard the coyotes since it started.
Tell him to listen to some of the videos I shot of the coyote wolf things that holler around here and see if they similar on
Oh,
the Daily
yeah.
Down blog.
You really should. You really should, Standing Bear. I've heard it. I mean,
Because when
it's
we
like,
got a pack of red wolves around here, and when them some bitches start howling at the moon, I swear I hear something horrible howling with them. I've recorded it a bunch of times, and I put it on YouTube. You should do the same thing.
and like Standing Bear said, about when we was talking about the dogmen, or the like werewolves and type things, skinwalkers. Like he just pointed out, it's like we on the Cherokee we called them shapeshifters. And the thing is they, again, whether someone wants to believe it or not, it's up to them. Is that it has to do with spirits, that gives them that ability to do these things. Now, believe it or not, in the Bible, it even talks about portals. They describe it as the abyss. I believe what do you call that? CERN? Is that what they call that thing over, bro? CERN?
CERN,
Uh,
the Hadron Collider.
yeah, that they have opened up different portals, and that was just one, not all, but one of the reasons why they were doing all that, because they know. Okay, there's a guy comes in over here. Just I wish I could. All right, I just some guy in there. You see, keeps going on here saying I am gay, I am gay, like whoop de doo.
Is his
See?
name Matt?
See?
Inside
And
joke. Never mind.
I just in there put a block user. You know, I mean, since this guy popped up with that, I just want to say in passing, you know, if that's what floats their boat, that's fine, but don't bring their garbage in here. You know, I mean, I
Oh
got
Lord.
friends that are gay that are more respectful than that. You know,
I know some gay people too. They don't bother me none. I'm ugly.
you know, but boy, when they start pushing their crap on everybody, that's when I like, okay, that's enough. There he goes again. I keep blocking this guy.
They have them trolls have multiple accounts. When they start messing with
Oh,
you,
okay. It keeps doing S my thing on here.
I can't
And
see chat, so I don't know what's going on.
okay, hold on. Okay, and then I gotta do. Hold on. Boy, this thing keep probably some kind of bot. Some idiots. Boy, I tell you what. I mean, what an error occurred. Try refreshing the page. I'm sick and tired of these guys in there putting their crap on there. All right. What I'm going to do is refresh the refresh the page real quick and see if that puts a stop to that. You know, because it keeps seeing an error. All right. Let's try this. All right. Here I go. Be right back. Let's see if we can get this idiot off. If someone would help me, if Standing Bear, you're there. I don't know. I'm sure I got you as. It keeps doing that. They're going through the dang alphabet, you know, as a user. Uh, Someone report this idiot or whoever this is. They're doing something here. All right, I got a message for the idiots that's putting this filth on here. You
That
better get
motherfucker kicked me out. Boy, I went on the chat to try to see if I could do something from this end, and
yeah.
I better keep my hands off the buttons.
I hear you.
Because when I'm not, like I say, when I'm on these live streams, I know how to talk to you and hide the camera and turn the mic off. I don't know what these other buttons do.
Hey, country boy, do I still have you as a mod here? I think I do. If you can you see about if you can get rid of these idiots?
You're gonna get that
But,
once in a while. Don't worry about it. Just put a mod on it and then go on with your stream. You can't sit there and babysit that chat all night.
yeah, I got my new one thing I want to say for the idiot that's doing it. You know, you can take your sick crap out of here. You know, no one needs everyone to know what you do.
Yeah, but by acknowledging them, you are giving them power. Just ignore them, block them, and ignore them. Don't acknowledge them. Don't give them power. Don't let them get you upset and run your blood pressure up. They're not worth it. Just some troll on YouTube.
Well, I tell you what, I hate people like that. You know, they're nuts.
I do too. They're irritating. I got that one time on one of my live streams, only once since I've been doing it.
'Cause I'll tell you what, I mean, they got, doing this, and it's, they got S and H and Y, and D, like they're going through a dang alphabet, you know. And I tell them, and I tell them something else that they don't like. They need Jesus.
They need
I tell
something.
you, yeah.
Maybe the treatment Jesus got.
Because I tell you what, boy, these people are something else. But anyway, like we was, talking about the
The dog
Bigfoots
man.
and the dog men and such. I mean, there's many theories or speculations about what they are, where did they come from, and all this. I mean, it will always be a mystery.
In
That's what.
Michigan, some the Native Americans out in Michigan believe that the dog men are the spirit guardians of the Native American burial grounds.
Oh yeah, you got that right. Definitely
And
is.
once again, don't ask me what tribe it is that believes that. I think it might be knickknacks, but I'm not sure.
It very well could be. It sounds about right. I won't swear to it, but that sounds right.
I seen a show on Texas Front Porch with Bigfoot Michigan Rob where they were talking about that.
Yeah, I've been missing it. I've been seeing the thumbnails, notifications on his things there, but I hadn't got a chance to go see him yet.
He's got some real interesting stuff. I always check out Bigfoot Michigan Rob.
Yeah, didn't he have
Matter of fact, when I do my little live show on Saturday nights, I usually play one of his little 5 or 6 minute Dogman or Werewolf tales or Bigfoot tales that he does, and I play one on my show. Like check in with
didn't
Bigfoot Michigan Rob thing.
didn't he have that big so what is that guy's channel's name? Bigfoot Anonymous or something like that? Didn't he have him
Probably
on there?
Bigfoot Anon's Connor Bigfoot Anon. He's been on
Yeah,
everything.
yeah. He had sent me once. I still got it over as a little drawing of an alien. A little card that he did. I thought that was pretty cool. but but yeah, there's a lot of that on there that's really interesting. And I've listened to stories of people that were police officers or park rangers that had seen these things when they never really believed in it themselves. All of a sudden, bam, there it is. I mean, it's like, dang. Uh, it's like, some of us have seen things and some of us we didn't see it, but we heard it. And now, like around out here, we have Bigfoot. Would you say more than one would be big feet? But anyway, we got Bigfoot around out here. Now, so far they have never bothered us. We, respect them, and they tend to do their own thing, and we do ours. But if you get a little bit too close to where they're at, even though you don't know where they're at, they let you know right off. Now me, I
So I've
can't.
heard.
At night now, so I don't get to walk very much anymore. I barely can even make it to my mother's house from where I'm at. That's let's see how many yards. It's about 20, 15 yards. somewhere around in there. And I have a hard time now just walking. And like if I got I gotta have a cane, and then I have to stop, to squat down to stretch my back and everything because my legs and my
Well, tell
hip
me
and my
something real
back.
quick. If you're in that bad of shape, what was you smoking today? You made that video where you were dancing.
That was back last year, bro.
Oh, okay. That was an old
That was back.
video.
Yeah, that was back in 2021,
I
like
didn't know that.
June. It was June, I think, around June, and it was hot that day. You'd seen I couldn't go where I was hurting, and it was hot that day. I didn't have it bad like the way I got it now, cause the bones all down from my hip bone is sticking out now, and that bone like in my thigh, my knee, and my shin bone, man, it hurts big time.
Well,
Sometimes my
make sure you go to that doctor tomorrow and tell him to give you some really good pain pills.
that's what I told them before, but they didn't give me nothing to really knock it out. I mean, it only barely helped, and I had to consider that a blessing when it just barely helping, but now it's just got to be unbearable. And so I'm always having to do a lot of bending over or squatting down to stretch my back. That only as long as I'm doing that, which is only for a few minutes, I get a temporary relief. But when I stand up, the whole thing, my leg and everything's hurting real bad. My hip.
That's sad, man. I hate that,
Yeah,
man.
it is. And and the insurance only pays for so much. So it's kind of like I can't get surgery done to my back.
I don't know how good an idea surgery is anyway.
Yeah, because what I've heard from others that have had it done, that it made it worse. That what you hear on the ads on TV is a bunch of hooey because they're paid to say all that stuff.
Well,
But
I tell everybody this: before you get any surgery, think about it long and hard. My wife in 2004, she went in for minor surgery on her back, and she was supposed to have like a little bone spur removed, and they anesthetized her wrong, and she passed away. And that was over nothing but a little backache.
Oh yeah. Standing Bear said if I can get somebody to sit with my girlfriend and I'm going to go check out the woods where the screaming is coming from, it's got me curious about what it is. Well, yeah,
Well,
bro.
take a big ass gun with you.
Be sure to do that. Make sure it'd be enough that it would
Do not
devastate
go
a
unarmed
bear.
to investigate strangeness. I was investigating strangeness one day, and I thought I was on a Bigfoot investigation, and it turned out to be a giant ass pissed off bear that tried to kill me.
Oh man, that's what you gotta have a gun for those
Yeah,
things. I'm telling you.
well, let me just say the big bear is at the taxidermist now.
Hey, now there you go, bro. I'll tell you what, you know, uh, it'd be like this. Like, say, if in a situation like the way my health is right now, right? All right, if the crapper hit the fan, like tomorrow or next week, whatever, right? The way my health is right now, I could, let me put it this way, just to get 500 yards would take me a full day, if that. And then and I look at it like for any wild animal or crazy people, I'd have to have a sidearm to take care of the situation. But I tell you what, but me,
90% of the time I go in the woods, I always take at least a small caliber pistol with me.
I hear you, bro.
But usually I carry a 44.
That's like now out here, because I mean, just right out the door out here is the chicken pen, the chicken coop. All right, I in the early in the mornings, I let them out, and I try to make sure that they got feed and got water and all that. But as soon as I let them out, I come back in, and I gotta lay down, or sit down and do something because I'm hurting. And so, and then at night or when it starts to get dark, I got to make sure that they're all back into their coop and accounted for and all that kind of stuff, and then lock them up until next day. But that's about a limit of what I can do. I got to do it. I mean, my brother helps with the dogs, and he hurts, but he had an open heart surgery back. It's been now 4, 5, about 6 years ago, maybe 7. And he still had little. He gets from time to time pains in his chest. He was there telling me about it today, and I told him, I said,
Really?
dude, I said, you need to take it easy. You need it. I said, even though I hurt, I'll just take the dogs and put them out in the pen out back. He usually will take them out for a walk.
Hey,
But
Warhorse, I hate to do it, dude. I might have to run. I'm going to have to get off here tonight. It's been fun talking to you.
hey, yeah, bro, I'm glad to have you.
I've been informed it's time to take this big dog for her nightly walk.
Yeah, I mean, hey, they're like kids,
Yeah, well, every night before she goes to bed, I got to put that dog out for about 20 minutes and let her walk around the yard and sniff things and poop.
Standing Bear said he's got a 357 Magnum with hollow point wad cutters. There you
I got
go,
the
bro.
40. I got the 44, just like Clint Eastwood had a big Dirty Harry special. My grandpa was chief of police for 50 years, and when he died, I inherited all his guns, and that's my favorite. That's the one he used to tote.
Yeah. Standing Bear said he's got silver bullets for it.
Hey, I had 6 silver bullets made. It cost me $1,800, and I had them in the gun, and I planned on never shooting it unless I absolutely had to, right? And this fucking possum jumped out and scared the shit out of me in the middle of the night, and I shot it in the head, and now I've only got 5 silver bullets. So I don't keep the silver bullets in the gun no more. I keep them in a speed loader, and I keep regular ammo in the gun because I'm not going to use the silver bullets unless I have to.
Standing Bear said that his silver bullets that he's got, he said they'll go through a bulletproof vest.
Oh yeah, they're a lot more accurate and a lot more harder.
Yeah, I hear you. And
I got a 50 caliber black powder pistol that I can put a big load on, and it'll shoot through the engine block of a car.
Well, that's like 6 years ago. All right, I know you got to go, but I'll try to make it real quick. About 6, 7 years ago. All right, I was walking.
I'll get in a minute. Damn it, leave me alone. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right. I was walking the dog. It was dark, and I thought that they were just seeing things and stuff. I couldn't see nothing. And we walked by these bushes out in the front out here, and boy, one of them jumped out there and pulled out a possum, and that thing was way bigger than they were, and boy, they were just shaking the heck out of it like a rag doll.
Yeah, my dog got one of them too.
Oh yeah. So I mean, it's good to have your dog to take care of the smaller things, but when you don't have a dog with you, I mean, you got a sidearm. Well, so you just got to use that because you don't know what in the heck's coming out at you at night.
You never know. That's the problem.
Oh yeah, and around out here we do have bears, but usually and I say usually it's around spring and fall when they make their appearance, and it's usually a mama bear with cubs.
Better watch out for them.
Yeah, definitely.
They're most dangerous when they got babies with them.
Ain't that the truth? I mean,
Trust me, I know from experience.
I'm telling you, I've sit there and remembered people that survived a bear attack. I mean, man, they had scarred up and everything real bad. They were telling about their what happened to them, and not all cases, but most of them was
Okay,
because
I
they
gotta go.
was a
Dude,
baby.
my dog looked like she about to poop on herself. I gotta go deal with her.
Well, you better get with it, brother. She's
Yeah.
doing the
All
poo
right.
poo
It's
dance.
been fun, man, and I'll catch you next time you're on.
All right, love you,
Happy
bro.
trails.
Happy trails to you. Oh, but yeah, that I tell you what, there, Standing Bear, you got what you got there. That especially if it go through a bulletproof vest, it can take care of a bear or heck, if you got a rogue Bigfoot or whatever. I mean, or even a dog man, that'll take care of them. You know, most. Well, I'll say some Bigfoot, or you know, things like that. They will tend to let you be, but they, up to a point, they'll give you warnings. If you don't heed the warnings, then, and yeah, you're asking for trouble. But you might get some that just don't care and they won't give you a warning. They just attack you. You get some of those too, just like people do. Hey, now there you go, bro. Uh, there you go. 16 gauge double barrel. Yep, slugs. Close range. That'll do it. That'll do it, bro. That's a good hide stopper. That it's like on them when we were talking about the Bigfoot, the dog men, you know, there are a lot of theories about it. There really is. But I think with the dog men, uh, now, and I'm talking about in our time, is a lot of it has to do with the government experimenting. Uh, and see, a lot of that is alien technology, or what I would call, everyone says alien, but in a way, in a sense, they would be alien. But the hold on, let's see. It says, check out the howls I heard, dude, on the Daily Dan blog video. The howling returns about 2 weeks ago. Okay, cool. Hey, if someone sees that link there, just go right to the Daily Dan blog. Check it out. Awesome, bro. Uh, this is Country Boy said it sounds like I have. It's a sound like I have never heard before. Well, that very well could be a dog man, and I believe that part of that what I was saying was like alien technology or fallen angel technology, whatever. But the thing is, it is technology that they have been using to do all this stuff. I mean, look at all the gear and stuff they got out nowadays. Man can be smart, but they're not that smart. Some of the stuff that they've came out with on the different stuff, with the technology. Look at the TVs, the phones, and all this other the weapons and the stuff they've come out with, and name it, what they're doing with the cars and you name it. I mean, you can go down the list, but that a lot of that is from alien technology. And I'll tell you what, they come up with a lot of interesting stuff. um I heard that the other night on his video that matches the sounds I've been hearing. Oh, wow, bro. Wow. Wow. You know, that, you know, sometimes we'll hear sounds around out here. Now, when I was able to at night to walk the dogs, uh, I'm telling you that, like, if I got to a certain point, uh, you know, there's just a certain area that I'd go to and stop and turn around, and when walking the dogs, and whenever the Bigfoot would be out there, they'd do some hollering when you got too close over, and you know they don't like dogs, and I guess rightly so. But oh yeah, so I mean, you hear stuff out here. There's stuff, you know, that I mean, you just there's times that you can hear a humming, like a mechanical humming. Now it might be something logical that a person could explain, but see around in these parts, that's kind of iffy there. Because I mean, around right where I live, I mean, them kind of sounds you shouldn't be getting. It's hard to really describe it, you know. You know, uh, whatever it is, there are more than one. Wow, bro. Wow. Yeah, that's like around out here. I mean, y'all remember some of the videos that I did and stuff. When I wasn't even looking for a Bigfoot, they would show up in there and y'all spotted them, you know. And let's see, it's only about a quarter mile from my house. That's pretty close, bro. Standing Bear, that is really close. You know, I'll tell you one thing. You know that I find that you know something right there. That'd be like, man, if I was able and heard what you was hearing, I'd be like getting my gun and a spotlight or whatever with me, and make sure I had a big knife too, a sharp one. You know, when I say big knife, I'm talking bowie knife or a machete or a sword or something of that nature. But you know, to go out and check it. You know, the old saying goes, curiosity killed the cat. I'd be like the cat getting out there probably asking for it, but you know, that's curiosity. Okay, hold on there. Yep, you're right. That close, bro. Definitely too close for comfort. I agree with you. And especially when you're hearing stuff, you know, that make the hairs on the back of your neck rise up. I mean, you know, it's kind of like, you know, something that gives you a bad feeling is something that you don't want running loose around, because usually when you get those feelings, you got to pay attention to it. It's what the Creator gave us, you know, common sense and that little voice inside of us, you know, like, hey, whoa, dude, you know, you better watch your six. Better watch what you're doing, bro. You know, that little voice, right? Oh, yeah. Only problem is there's times when we fail to listen to that little voice that tells us, you know, like, whoa, hold the phone. Hold your horses there. Don't go no further. You know, but yep, guess what? Yeah, we do it, you know, but yeah, and you know, the thing is, I also, you know, with well, like with me, for example, you know, in my life, I've been, you know, doing a lot, you know, which I think I've mentioned it before, where I've done a lot of self-examining of myself, and you know, and I didn't like what I was seeing inside myself, so I decided it was time to do something about it, get some real peace in my heart, So I decided it was time to get reacquainted once again with the beautiful great one, and I'll tell you one thing, since I've had to get down on well, sort of on my knees or one knee, had to get down and do some talking with the creator, with the beautiful great one, and get things straightened out, in my life. And I tell you what, I found some peace in my heart, you know. And I would tell anybody this one thing: if you're not where you ought to be with the beautiful great one, you really should. We're not promised tomorrow. We're not promised next year or anything. We don't know what's going to happen in our life. And we have to think about when we depart this life, where are we going? And I tell you one thing, nobody in their right mind wants to go to the bad place. I know I sure don't. So I decided I want peace in my heart, and I want to get everything straightened out. I'm not perfect, and I'll never claim to be perfect. I have my faults, but I'm trying to get those things right, and get rid of the bad baggage and hang on to the good. You know what I mean, jelly beans? Oh, yeah. So I would tell anybody, if you got a weight on your shoulders and it's heavy in your heart, there's always, you get down on your knees and just sit there and talk to the beautiful great one and make it right, and you'll have some peace within you. And see, one thing I learned is that when you got things right with him, then everything is good. You know what I mean? Uh, I hear you. I hear you, bro. You get all of all that stuff going on around you there, bro. Oh yeah, definitely. And if you could, and you could get somebody to come out there and check, if you didn't want to tell them what you was looking for, tell them it's bear, or you don't know, but you heard some stuff going on out there. You want to check, make sure it's safe, and have them to help you out, because some of them might think if you mention Bigfoot or Dogman, they'll probably like, ooh, woo, and they're probably, nah, I ain't gonna go. But but unless the people believe like you do, and like we do, right? Then yeah, but you definitely need someone to be there to kind of watch your six, because you don't want something coming up behind you. You know what I mean? Yeah, you really got to watch that. But yeah, and of course here, I can't get out and do a lot of investigation naturally, unless I can get a day where it's better than most, and I can get it just a tad further than I normally would. And maybe I could get some investigation, but until that day, I doubt seriously. But I try to do what I can, on keeping the content on this channel. But that's like, I found that when I'm singing, singing is something I enjoy. I never claim to be a great singer, but I do love to sing. And I always hope that somehow some song may bring back a good memory, be a blessing. Hey, maybe it might even bring them close to the Creator. I don't know. But all I know is I love to sing. And that helps me in my spirit. It brings a lot of good memories for me, you know. So when I'm singing, so I don't claim to be a good singer. I never will claim that. But I do like singing. That's why you see a lot more songs on there, you know. And I hope people would at least let me know if you know, the songs bring back good memories, or if it's blessed them in some way, you know. That'd be great, you know. Yeah, and I tell you one thing there, bro. I always love, you know, when you coming on and stuff. Oh yeah, Standing Bear. Always, I love the chats that we have even had on Messenger. You know, tell you what, we said one time we was on there a long time. Man, I think a couple of times I believe. But I always love talking with you, bro. Always. And you know, maybe next time when I get up here on live, and if you're able, you can just come on up. You know, come up on the pen over there, bro. Always love having you. Always. And I wish I was physically fit and was able and you know, could be able to drive up there and help you out over there, because I know what that's like. Uh, Heck, even with my health, I've been, you know, I know what it's like. Uh, yeah, I hear you, bro. I can really understand that. Absolutely. All right, bro. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. One thing, Standing Bear, you know, you always been family to me, and a lot of you on here have, but you know, especially Standing Bear, and always, you know, it's like down home folk. You know, I love people who are just themselves. You know, I've seen, you know, in you and a lot of us here, seen on YouTube, a lot of people that's got their channels up and stuff, you know, and they got a lot of views, you know, and some of it's entertaining, but the problem is that they're not themselves. They're uh, what I would call, what the native peoples would call wannabe. And if you write that down on the paper and separate it, it's wannabes. You know, they're just wannabes. They want to be famous. Wannabes. You know, they just want to be famous, and they just want to be this or that, other than what they are not. You know, I'm just me, and that's all there is. That's all there is. A whole bro. Always family forever, bro. I hope. And that young boy, Johnny Old Music, or Musico Johnny. I one of the way I can't get it straight, but I love that young man's channel. You know, he does singing. I love the range of his voice. He's a good young man. He's decent, very respectful. You know, he kind of reminds me of me back when I was around that age. I see a lot of myself in him at that age, you know. But I'll tell you what, he's a good young fella, you know. And I hope people go check his channel out and show him some love, you know, and that would go a long way. That's what we got to do, is always help one another. It's always a good thing to do. You know, if a person don't watch what they're doing, they'll get caught up and stuff, and they end up ruining their lives. Oh yeah, you're right, bro. I know that to be true. That's one thing I know for a fact. There, Standing Bear, you're always yourself, and that's one great thing, especially about you, bro. You're always yourself. And I think that's the way we all should be, you know. And you know, it's like I had to, you know, it's I always myself, and I will admit my faults. You know, I'm not perfect. You know, I make mistakes. You know, and the thing is, even when people nowadays, you know, uh, especially since I have made peace with the beautiful great one. All right, that's like people who do me wrong. Yeah, I mean, I don't like it being done wrong. Nobody does, you know. Sometimes it gets you angry, but you know, I found peace with the Creator. So that way, when people are doing me wrong, I look at it this way: just like I have done the Creator wrong in many things, and if I'm wanting to, you know, have think, you know, to be forgiven, well, I also need to forgive. You know, it's kind of like the old saying, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, so to speak. Except, you know, it's always, if you forgiving people, if it was easy, you know, I don't think Jesus would have said what he did, you know, about forgiving, you know, and praying, you know, and loving your enemies, right? That's not an easy thing to do. That's why he said it. Because if you can do that, then that's where you're breaking down the old self, you know, the old self will, and turning over to his will, which is better. Might be hard, but it's better. Yeah, I tell you what. Yeah, I am too, bro. Yeah, I am too. He a good young man. Yeah, there, bro. Uh, I can be crazy. uh, but you know, I you know, I just got, you know, like the people that had done me wrong, like whether on YouTube or wherever, or, you know, whatever. I have forgiven them. It wasn't easy, but I had, and I don't have an issue with them. You know, you know, I'll always remember what was done, but I'm not going to dwell on it and hold those things against them. You know, though they never asked me to forgive, I chose to do it. You know, that's my choice. You know, I chose to do it. That wasn't an easy choice, but I did, and I feel better about it. And the thing is, you know, a person has to be themselves. And the thing is, when a person is being themselves, make sure that it's never anything that will hurt oneself and another party. You know, while you're being yourself on purpose. I mean, you know, there's times when we accidentally or unknowingly do something to somebody or say something, you know, whatever, and don't even know that we did it. You know, unless somebody comes and tells us, say, well, now look, you know, says, I know you might not remember it, but yeah, you know, you might not be aware of it, but hey, you call this, you know, and be like, oh, really? Well, I need to work on me, you know, and that's something we all got to do is do a little work on ourselves, and that's not easy, you know. So, you know, I can tell people, you know, if you know, because we've seen a lot of problems in the churches today, you know, where you got a bunch of hypocrites and fakery, and where it's no, not to make anyone go. Not all churches are bad. Some are really good, but yeah, but no matter, even in a good church, you're gonna have always some, whether it's one, two, three, or five or whatever, you know, hypocrites. But you know, it's never at a point where it's a in your face type thing. So you know, but I always tell a person, if you're going to go to church, make sure it's a good church, not a church that tells you what you want to hear, But a church that can tell you what you need to hear. I'll tell you what, when people are at church or whatever, it doesn't matter where, when they tell you something you need to hear, that can be ouch. Ooh, ay, ay, ay. You know what I mean? It'd be like, oh, no, 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 no. Uh, oh, cool, bro. Yeah, and if you can get a chance, just share that too, there, bro. Is even if it's just a few minutes, whatever you get, just share that on YouTube too, boy. Yeah, share it. Yeah, absolutely, bro. Share it. By all means, do so. I'd like to hear that myself. And, well, one thing about animals or things of unknown origins, I tell you what, when you're out at night, especially out in the woods, I tell you what, there's stuff that can really make the hairs on the back of your neck rise. And it's always good to understand what sound is coming from what animal. And if you know that, and it's something that's not akin to anything you've ever heard, well, I would tell anyone, make sure just to be on the safe side. If you're going out in the woods, camping or whatever, or you're going to hike and there's a chance nightfall's going to catch you and you got to set up a camp, make sure that you have a sidearm because you never know what's going to happen. But be sure you got a good light, and you better be sure you know what you're shooting at, especially when you're out in the woods, because you never know. It could be just a person that may be lost, or, it could be a person that has bad intentions, or it's some animal, but be sure you know what you're going to shoot at. Yeah, I hear you, bro. You can try it. Now, usually the phones, can pick up a lot. It might not pick up everything, but sometimes, they can. Absolutely. And anyway, I think, dear bro, I have probably been on here way too long, especially with my back and my hip and everything sitting there screaming at me. I just want to say to everyone that I love y'all and glad you dropped in, and especially Standing Bear, Danny, and especially Billy. Yeah, all right, yeah, hot. So, and everyone who has dropped in to just to listen, I want to say thank you. And as a little suggestion, you know, always pray, for one another. We need a lot of that no matter what. You can't go wrong doing that. So, let us pray for one another, especially for Standing Bear and his fiance, especially for Lisa. And remember her in your prayers and Standing Bear, because Lisa is battling with the cancer, okay? And, Standing Bear, is taking care of her and, showing love and support for her and everything. And it's been hard on him too. Remember to pray for them both. And, my health ain't very good these days, and, I need your prayers. But let us pray for each other, you know, and so you can't go wrong. And, I got to quit smoking, and I've been trying the best I can. I still got a long ways, but, with the beautiful, great one's help, I can be able to do it, but on my own, it's hard. But And I'm glad you're always packing here, bro, when you're going out. Absolutely. Absolutely. And anyway, I want to say how much I appreciate you all. And if any of the songs that I post is help to any of y'all, if it's just a blessing or it brings back smiles of a good memory, let me know. Okay. And like I said, I don't claim to be a singer, like a great singer. I just love singing. And it's my way of sharing and trying to lift one's spirits and stuff. It lifts mine. And I'm hoping that it will lift y'all's and be a blessing in some way. And I appreciate you all. And so I need to get off here and go lay down. And want to say thank you. And I love you all. I love you there, bro. Standing Bear. Tell Lisa I love her too. Love you both. And y'all are in my prayers. Always. In my heart, bro. Always. So I will catch you later. And you get a chance next time I can come on live, just come back on here and yeah, don't be afraid. I'll put a link in the chat. You can come up here on the panel. We can chit chat, talk, and what have you. We can agree on things or disagree on things, agree that we disagree or all this and what have you. So, hey, thank you for dropping in. Love y'all. Be blessed in everything you do. And watch your six out there, all right? Because this is a crazy world we're living in now. And pay attention to the news with what's going on and stuff, and be sure you're prepped for when things go south. You do need to have that taken care of, so that way when it happens, you don't panic. All right, because there's no sense of that as long as you're prepared. If you're not prepared, well, I can see a lot of people going nuts. Hey, that sounds great, bro. I'll be looking forward to that. I surely will. Very much. I love that. And I want to say once more, thank you all. And go with God. Be at peace, all right? How is it? What's the word that the Jewish people use? And I love that word, shalom. That means like a peace, but that's a really a word that the way we think of peace, this one is really good. You say shalom. Uh, it's a blessing when you say it to someone. You walk in their house, say shalom or peace, whichever you want to use that word. Or peace to your house. That would be a good practice, wouldn't it? But anyway, take care. Be blessed and pray for me because next month I gotta go and get a what's that word a colonoscopy done. They found blood in my stools and stuff, so I dread that one. But anyway, pray that there be good results. Nothing negative, but all right. Anyway, that's enough. All right, I stayed on here too long. I love y'all. Be blessed, and I will catch you later. All right. Take care of yourselves. Aho. Wado, everyone.